If you're a Hoops fan, there's no better way to spend your Friday and to welcome the weekend than with a full slate of games. We're coming to you from the San Jose del Monte Sports Complex here in Bulacan for game number 2 of today's quadruple header between Danao City MJAS Zenith, sitting at number 10, and the undefeated Tanduay Rum Masters. Magandang hapon po. Stancy and Ken Pangilinan calling the action on Facebook, YouTube, Kumo, and TikTok, or on Solar Sports on delayed telecast. Ken, the Danao City MJAS Zenith, they're looking to play spoiler here.
That's right. On a 2-game winning streak, they're the very last team that has a chance to put a dent in the unblemished record of the Tanduay Rum Masters.
That's right. They want to be the 1 in 10-1, but the Tanduay Rum Masters have been hot throughout the entire tournament, coming off a narrow win just the other day against Atami Sardines Zamboanga. But first, let's focus on the Danao City MJAS Zenith. As the standings shake out right now, they're not going to be making it to our quarterfinals, but Patrick Cabahug has been putting on a show regardless.
But in that game, Andre Armenion, after missing his second free throw, 81-80 yung talaan doon with only 2.7 seconds left. But unfortunately in that game, a melee ensued involving itong si Revog Sang and si Errol Soriano of ICC. A bit anticlimactic in that ending, Stan.
Really unfortunate despite the impressive performance from Patrick Cabahug, who had a Filbasket high 34 points in that ball game. But as you mentioned, there were several ejections from the ICC Blue Hawk side that really marred that very close contest. And now City was almost the first team to lose to the ICC Blue Hawks here in the Filbasket Summer Championship, which did not happen. But speaking of firsts, nobody has been able to take a win against the Tanduay Rum Masters. From the moment they first stepped foot here in Filbasket, they've really been dominating opponents, but Atami Sardines Zamboanga, they came the closest last time out.
That's right. Atami Sardines Zamboanga trailed by 13 points, 43-56 at the end of the third quarter, but Japs Bautista tried to will his team to a victory, 16 out of his 23 points in that match. But you could see here the bench scoring really crucial for the Tanduay Rum Masters, with the exception of John Amboluto and Don Ochea. All of their guys scored para dito for Coach Cholo Villanueva. And of course, the rebounding story has always been dominated by Tanduay. It's because of that man, Jexter Apinan. Really splendid so far in their last game. 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And in his last 4 games, Stan, 15 points, 16 whopping rebounds, including a 22-point rebound effort a Filbasket record.
Jexer Apinan, easily a candidate for our mythical 5, a double-double monster as we call him, averaging 12.9 points per game, leading the league in rebounds as well, close to 12 rebounds per game. It'll be interesting to see what stats he's able to stuff the stat sheet with in this game against the Danao City MJAS Zenith. Now, let's get an update on the Tanduay Rum Masters as we send it over to the third member of our broadcast crew, Megan Cabrera.
Stan, sabi mo nga, ang Tanduay Rum Masters are on fire but hindi pa dyan nagtatapos dahil they brought in reinforcements. Now, kasama natin one of those guys, Levy Hernandez. Levy, isa ka sa mga inaabangan, especially after your 3-on-3 stint, no? But medyo nag-warm up pa ata tayo. Ano masasabi mo dun sa performance mo and especially getting into this league?
Yung change ko lang yung rhythm ko tapos kasi matagal ako hindi naglaro ng 5-on-5 so medyo naninibago pa ulit ako.
Okay, so undefeated kayo all throughout the elimination rounds pero ngayon papasok tayo ng quarterfinals. So ano ang ginagawa niyong paghahanda? Ano ang mindset ninyo para makapasok kayo doon sa mas matindi pang labanan?
Yun nga, mas magbubutihin pa namin yung defense namin and then magtulungan lang kami lahat kami dito sa Tanduay. Hindi lang kami sa isang player or dalawa. Lahat kami dapat isa lang kami, isang buong family kami dito sa Tanduay.
Okay, maraming salamat, Levy, and good luck sa laro mo. Back to you, Stan and Ken.
Thank you very much, Megan. What an audition for Megan Cabrera to be an assistant coach, really holding Levy Hernandez accountable right there. We're just about ready for tip-off between the Tanduay Rum Masters and the Danao City MJAS Zenith. Let's send it over to our venue announcer for the introductions.
This is the Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Pure Gold. Game 2 of our Quadruple Header features the Danao City MJAS Zenith taking on the Tanduay Rum Masters. And now let's meet the starters first for the Danao City MJAS Zenith. A 5'11" guard from the University of the East, number 24, Andre Armenion. A 6'1" guard from Arellano University, number 8, Bryle Mitka. A 6'3" center from Letra, number 40, Felix Aprecu. A 6'3" forward from the University of Santo Tomas, number 05, Reggie Boy Basibas. And a 6'2" forward from Adamson University, number 19, Patrick Kabahug. Head coach for Danao is Aldrin Morante. And now the starters for the Tanduay Rum Masters. A 5'10" guard from the University of the East, number 10, Rudy Linganay. A 6'1" guard from Arellano University, number 22, Levy Hernandez. A 6'6" center from Jose Rizal University, number 24, Mark Cruz. A 6'2" forward from the University of the East, number 18, Ralph Olivares. And a 6'4" forward from Jose Rizal University, number 43, Jexter Apinan. Head coach for Tanduay is Cholo Villanueva. Our officials for this game, referee Alan Manzano. First umpire is Benji Estroga. Second umpire is Ryan Serrano. And the technical delegate.
Here's a look at our starting lineups for the game. Levy Hernandez starting for Coach Cholo Villanueva along with some of the usual starters for the Tanduay Rum Masters. Meanwhile, for the Danao City MJAS Zenith, it's business as usual with their usual starting 5.
You know, it's interestingly for Coach Cholo Villanueva, Levy Hernandez in his first game also started kontra sa Atami Sardines. Usually, it was Jong Baloyer started all games for that shooting guard spot. So, interesting yun kasi they've been 9-0 when Jong Baloyer was starting at that 2 spot.
I don't think it matters for the Tanduay Rum Masters because they're still undefeated and Levy Hernandez trying to put himself on the board early on, no good.
And you could see here, Stan, nung first game nila, it took a while for Levy Hernandez to get his first touch. But dito, first possession pa lang, binigyan siya dito ni Coach Cholo.
Armenion missing from long range, Basibas cleaning up the mess.
Reggie Boy Basibas has been solid in their 2-game winning streak, playing at the 4 spot for Coach Aldrin Morante.
Basibas averaging 10 points per game, 5.4 boards per game at the 4 slot as Apinan scores the first bucket for Tanduay.
Jexter Apinan, that last 4 games, 15 points, 16 rebounds, but Patrick Cabajo picking up from where he left off in his last game.
Hindi halatang 38 points na tong Cebuano sniper natin.
Man, Patrick Cabajo, if he needs to score, he will find a way to score.
One of the cult heroes of Philippine basketball as well. Never having made it to the PBA, but man, when you look at all of his achievements in international basketball, former SEA Games gold medalist to add to that.
Right, also played in Malaysia, played in Thailand,
Indonesia.
In fact, he played with Tin Chong Hong, Kwek Chin Yen, and the Kuala Lumpur Asil back in 2017 with the Westward Malaysia Dragons. As we take a look here, Patrick Cabajo, early offense, Andre Armenion finding him in his sweet spot.
He's only averaging 35.3% from long range, but Patrick Cabajo, when he gets hot, you better be ready. Basibas to Cabajo. Taking that three as time winds down. No good. Apreku offensive rebound.
That's gonna be an interesting battle, Stan. Felix Apreku versus Jexter Apinan, the top 2 rebounders here in Filbasket.
At halos magka-height lang sila pareho, just standing around 6'4", 6'5".
Yun na nga nakakatuwa dun, Stan. Both of them are undersized at their position, but sila pa yung top rebounders dito.
Hernandez pulls up from the top of the key.
Already matching his output the other day.
Which is not saying a lot because given Levy Hernandez's
Right.
experience, you know he's capable of more than that.
Average 30 points a game sa FBA, according to our Noel Zarate. Certainly a guy who could score. And actually, alam ko, Stan, you covered him in another league.
And that instant replay was brought to you by Smart, Simple Smart. Oh, that's right. Levy Hernandez has also been well-traveled, really just coming off a stint with the PBA 3x3, and that's why his addition has been integral to Tanduay Rum Masters as they approach the postseason here.
Ooh.
What a smooth move from Rudy Linganay.
Smooth and crafty move, Rudy Linganay eluding the defense itong si Burail Meca for that reverse.
Meanwhile, on the other end, they're looking to get
Wow.
some more offense. Felix Apreku, look at that.
Great passing there, Reggie Boy Basibas. Seeing Felix Apreku cut back door for that easy layup.
And in the previous game, ito si Felix Apreku had a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds, averaging 11.4 boards per game here in the Summer Championship.
And actually hit 2 crucial free throws in the 4th quarter. Not really known for a guy who shoots well from the free throw line, below 50% in the season.
What a matchup talaga tong Apreku Apinan. Really enjoying it in the early going as the Danao City MJAS Zenith has jumped to a 3-point lead with 6:20 remaining here in the first. Nice pass from Cabajo. Even better defense by Olivares.
Great recovery there by Ralph Olivares. Got beat backdoor there by Andre Armenion.
Olivares passing to Hernandez from 3-point land. Yes!
Ooh. It's gonna be a scary sight, especially in the playoffs, if Levy Hernandez gets it going for Tanduay.
And now let's send it over to Megan Cabrera, who's got our first update of the game.
Stan, nakausap ko ang parehong coach kanina, and for Coach Aldrin Morante of the Danao team, he wants his team to level up the maturity, especially after a heated last game, no? And especially now na mas experience na makakalaban nila. Now, gusto nila mabahira ng Tanduay Rum Masters, and they really prepared well for that. So we'll have to see if they will be able to convert. Now, for Coach Cholo Villanueva of the Tanduay Rum Masters, very basic. Sabi niya lang, they want to be consistent, especially that it's their last game, and they want to go into the playoffs undefeated. Stan and Ken?
Thank you very much, Megan, for that update on the two head coaches, both of whom are PBA alumni. Coach Aldrin Morante from Danao City, having played for Tanduay back in 1999, and Coach Cholo Villanueva, we've seen him for the likes of Burger King, Air 21, and a couple of other franchises.
Not only that, nagkalaban pa sila ni Rudy Linganay in that finals matchup in the UAP back in 2007, wherein he won co-finals MVP with JV Casio.
That's right, Coach Cholo Villanueva, the former Green Archer, as we acknowledge Cantigo Scoreboard, Multi-Sport Scoring Solutions for all of their contributions here in the Filbasket Summer Championship.
And you know what's scary about Tanduay, Stan? Right after their game against the Atami Sardines, which was the last game very last game in that triple header, nagstay pa sila sa dugout and watch film in that game to review their mistakes, what they can improve on. So you can see Coach Cholo Villanueva really doing the homework. At etong mga manlalaro niya has been engaged all throughout this season.
That really says a lot about the effort that Coach Cholo Villanueva and the rest of the Rum Masters have put into the Summer Championship. Kasi nakakumpleto na rin ako ng triple header dito sa venue natin. And I've experienced game days where as soon as the final buzzer sounds, uwian na.
Right.
Napaka-refreshing to hear that as we acknowledge Cilium Fiber brought to you by, or manufactured rather, by Leone Agri Corporation. Double team now for the defense ng Tanduay, but Cabahug was left open for a split second. Nakaset up na itong defense ng Danao City. Hindi nakapag-fast break ang Tanduay Rum Masters.
Mismatch there.
Yeah, mismatch right here on offense though. Nice pass to Apinan.
Jexter Apinan, great cut inside. And Ralph Olivares has a huge height advantage over Andre Armenion. Both played for UE.
Here's Mecca. Cabahug thought he had a cut right there. Labas ulit. Basibas taking advantage of the mismatch. Nice pass to Mecca.
Great attack of the closeout by Reggie Boy Basibas. Not settling for that three-point shot. Driving down the lane, nahanap si Brian Mecca inside.
Brian Mecca, the former Arellano University standout. One of the consistent starters para dito sa Danao City MJAS Zenith.
And Brian Mecca, he tore his ACL in his final season when he played for the Arellano University Chiefs.
And let's take a look at that Jexter Apinan layup. That assist delivery was brought to you by Happily. Happily is available via delivery and takeout on Grab.
Took a while for him to get going. Talk about the si Brian Mecca. But here, playing for Danao City, probably their most consistent guy apart from Patrick Cabahug.
Meanwhile, Jong Baloria checks in and drills the 3 seconds into entering the game.
Instant offense for Jong Baloria. You know this guy really wants to score, dating back to his days with the Perpetual Help System Delta.
Ito si Jong Baloria, yan ang may microwave badge. Right. They're creating a build in NBA 2K as Felix Aprecu puts it back.
Gotta remember this guy matched the Filbasket record for most points in the half. 24 points in the first half when they went against the ICC Blue Hawks.
Meanwhile, Linganay pulls up from 15.
Rudy Linganay, hindi masyadong nakaka-score dito for Tanduay, but steady as always para dito ay Coach Cholo.
Speaking of steady, let's acknowledge the official game ball of the Filbasket Summer Championship. Wilson Olivares with the leather going up. Bit of contact with Patrick Cabahug. Look at Baloria getting that rebound from Aprecu.
Not really a strong suit, but doing the dirty work and rewarding himself with that three-pointer.
That's Jong Baloria's strong suit. You sign Jong Baloria, you know what you're getting. 2 quick three-pointers for the marksman. Let's take a look at that again.
Pasa muna kay Jexter. Moving off ball, knocking down that left corner free.
Sobrang chill lang eh. That instant replay of the game was brought to you by Smart. Simple, smart ako. Jong Baloria, 6 quick points off the bench. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Jai Reyes on the left, League Operations Head Dino Lee on the right. Reggie Boy Basibas didn't know that he was going to get a pass from Mecca, turned it over right there.
Sayang, Danao City so far having a great start. 53% from the field but 2 turnovers.
And now the Tanduay Rum Masters find themselves in the driver's seat thanks to those 2 quick threes from Jong Baloria as Olivares misses that 3.
Cedric Cablaza at ito si MJ De La Virgen, sent in by Coach Cholo. We know how potent the bench scoring for Tanduay is.
Mecca bumabawi on the other end. Rebound Apinan. That's 3 if you're counting, because you know Jexter Apinan's looking to add to his rebound total for the entire tournament.
Man, Jexter Apinan, a far cry from his stint with the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors last year. Almost doubling his averages here in Tanduay.
Iba rin yung nagagawa ng nakaka-uwi ka to your family. You're able to establish that routine instead of being in the bubble, which I have no experience. I know, Ken, you've been through that, so you could probably speak more to that than I can.
That's right, being in the bubble has its perks, sad, but iba yung 26 days, araw-araw ka may laro.
Fast break opportunity for Danao.
For some of these guys, Stan, 3 games in 4 days. So, ano na mahirap talaga na experience yan. Most of the guys experience it. Jexter Apinan, Cedric Cablaza, both played for Pasig last year. Kasama ko sila sa hotel nun. And talking about those 2 guys, sama mo na rin dyan John Ray Villanueva, who played for Pasig last year. But here in Tanduay, parang mas at home sila dito. Having better performances this time around. Particularly, ito si Cedric Cablaza, who's played actually the same amount of minutes compared to last year, but almost doubling his averages, especially in the scoring department.
Speaking of Cedric Cablaza, he's checked in now for Coach Cholo Villanueva. And I'm not sure if Cedric Cablaza has even started a game in this entire tournament.
Yup, all games played off the bench. But in this first 5 games nila, siya yung best player nila for Tanduay.
Cedric Cablaza really making a case for the Mythical 5 as we acknowledge our prize sponsor, Medisure Pharmacy. Here's Cedric to the left corner. Air ball right there. And the Danao City is running Jess Quilata now in the game for Coach Aldrin Morante.
As well as Rivog Sang, who was involved in that skirmish in the last seconds nung laban nila sa ICC.
Here's Bril Mecca for 3, in and out. Tanduay running, King Importante, out to Baloria, lost control there. De La Virgen, back to the left wing. 3-pointer De La Virgen, no. Ablaza with the offensive rebound.
Fresh 14 and great crossover drive.
Cedric Ablaza just took Rivog Sang to school right there.
Napeke itong si Rivog Sang. He thought na ipapasa niya, i-kick it out sa labas, but Cedric Ablaza seeing the opening in the baseline, knocking down that layup.
Quilatan almost losing it against De La Virgen, finding his way around him. And that's going to be a dribbling violation for Jess Quilatan.
You know, I talked to MJ De La Virgen earlier. Usually known as a knockdown 3-point shooter, but Cedric Cablaza on that play, smooth layup.
Smooth like butter, and that move of the game is presented to you by Pure Gold. Last few seconds here in the first quarter. Tanduay looking for one last shot. Importante caught napping, and that goes out of bounds at the end of the first.
At the end of the first quarter, it is 22 for Tanduay.
22-17. Actually, a high-quality game so far, Stan. Both teams shooting well from the field. 46% itong Danao City, samantala itong Tanduay, 44%. Patrick Cabahog, early offense para dito sa Danao City. Pero Jong Baloria hindi rin pauhulin, as already knocked down 2 threes, 6 points for the former perpetual help standout.
And at the end of the first, it's 22-17. Tanduay Rum Masters up right here in the Filbasket Summer Championship, presented to you by Pure Gold. quarter now underway. Jordan Rios now in the game for the Danao City MJAS Zenith. Pulls up from the mid-range. Apreku trying to work down low. Wala pa rin.
Apreco already with 4 rebounds.
5-point game here. Tanduay looking to build on it. They're really trying to go to King Importante here to get him involved in the offense. But the deflections from the Danao City MJAS Zenith are taking him out of the rhythm.
But makikita mo, you like the energy so far for Danao City. Although they are already out of the playoff picture, they're really playing hard on both ends here kontra sa Tanduay Rum Masters.
Cedric Ablaza drawing contact on the way to the hoop, so he's going to go to the line where the Rum Masters are only shooting 50%, 1 of 2 so far.
No going back to MJ De La Virgen, the former JRU standout, really more known to be a knockdown 3-point shooter. But Coach Cholo Villanueva really tasking him to pressure the other guard on the defensive end and has earned quality minutes. Actually, nung last game nila, had key moments in the 4th quarter when Atami Sardines was making their run.
JC Ajay now in as well for the Danao City MJAS Zenith, one of the younger players in this entire tournament. Around 19 or 20 years old, as we acknowledge happily, which is available via delivery and takeout on Grab. Ugsang trying to clean up the mess. Rios with the 3rd opportunity. Ugsang once again, Ajay with the 5th shot, and this time it's good.
Relentless itong Danao City in terms of the offensive rebounds. Ugsang really stepping it up in this last few games para kay Coach Aldrin Morante.
Kilatan keeping his head up on defense. Now there's a double team on Ablaza. That leaves Valoria open. Yes, he's got 9.
Man, that offense. Ito si Coach Cholo Villanueva. Ito si Jong Valoria. Bihirang-bihirang nalilibre yan. But the pace of the offense, itong Coach Cholo Villanueva really producing open shots.
King Importante with the steal. Fast break opportunity. De La Virgen pulls up. Yes.
Bad news for Danao City. At itong Tanduay really pressuring in the backcourt, causing problems for the white shirts.
And now they're down by 10. Itong Danao City MJAS Zenith. And once again, Kilatan feeling the pressure. That's another turnover against him.
3 straight turnovers for Danao City. Kaya binalik na dito si Andre Armenion, who's probably their only legit point guard on the roster.
Jess Kilatan's actually a point guard as well. He used to be with the Parañaque Aces in the NBL, also part of the Bacoor City Strikers sa MPBL Chooks to Go Invitational, but really more known as a clutch shooter.
That's right, hit the game winner when he was playing for Bacoor in the MPBL Invitational.
Broken play right here for the Tanduay Rum Masters, so they've got 0.7 seconds to shoot. Good luck na lang. Are they going to go for Valoria here or Ablaza? Looks like they're going for Cedric.
Almost.
But not quite. And that ball goes out of bounds off of Jandre Villanueva.
But great set off that baseline out of bounds play. Cedric Ablaza getting free in the left corner.
They tried. Now let's send it over to Megan Cabrera for another update. Megan?
Stan, Tanduay may be in the lead, but Danao is not backing down. They did the necessary realignments in their team, and their focus is definitely keeping together their defense and improving their ball movement. Stan and Ken?
Thank you very much, Megan. 6 seconds to go here for the Danao City MJAS Zenith as Patrick Abahug misses that layup. Mukhang nag-agawan pa sila ni Apreco doon.
Apreco now with his 5th board, giving them another opportunity at the basket.
Meanwhile, here's Ajay going up, uncontested.
Smooth drive, that floater smooth as silk.
JC Ajay, half Filipino, half Ghanaian. Really making an impact here in limited minutes in the 2nd quarter.
Played for the Negros Muscovados in the recent MPBL Invitational, talking about MC JC Ajay.
Meanwhile, Ablaza couldn't cash in. Right corner 3, wala pa rin para sa Tanduay. Apreku snags another board.
That time around, great defensive possession for Danao City, but turnovers almost na naman.
No, that went off of Ablaza, so it's still going to be Danao City ball Good awareness by Revo Sang on that last play.
Andre Armenion has to settle his troops down here.
Looks like that went off of Ugsang. But speaking of Ugsang, he actually makes that bucket. That's his first of the game.
Patrick Cabahog attracting the double team, playing decoy, finding ito si Reeve Ugsang wide open for that under goal stop.
6-point game right now between the Tanduay Rum Masters and Danao City MJAS Zenith. Pick and roll action here. Baloria takes it up with the left hand.
Baloria using that Cedric Aplaza screen. Reeve Ugsang lagging behind.
Meanwhile, Armenion through the defense lays it up and in, but it's blocked.
Andre Armenion, back-to-back performances, but before that, Jong Baloria, that slight hesitation. Reeve Ugsang freezed right there.
And he threw his hands up. Wala bang depensa? And that move of the game was brought to you by Pure Gold. Jong Baloria heating up already with 11.
At wala rin Danval. But ito, you could see there, Kevin Villafranca and Don Gumaro on the bench, missing this last few games para dito sa Danao City. Ito si Don Gumaro with that hamstring injury. Samantala ito si Kevin Villafranca out with the knee contusion.
Contusion in Tagalog, bukol.
Bukol, oo.
Andre Armenion drilling both 2 free throws. Nice pressure defense on De La Virgen. Importante thought he'd freed himself up right there.
Wow.
But that's going to be an end one opportunity for Cedric Ablaza.
Reeve Ugsang having a hard time keeping up with Cedric Ablaza. That poor closeout led to Cedric Ablaza having a wide open to the lane.
At the line is Ablaza averaging 18.3 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. Really a consistent performer for Coach Cholo Villanueva.
And doing that while playing off the bench in all of the games for Coach Cholo.
Absolutely. As the Danao City brings the ball up, we acknowledge one of our sponsors, Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation.
Kung may 6-man award, landslide winner, ito si Cedric Ablaza.
Most definitely. But of course, he is still in the running for best player of the tournament and that mythical 5 selection. Cabahug missing from the key. Aprecu getting denied by Ablaza. Baloria, De La Virgen, back out left corner 3. Short right there, Cabahug with the board.
But even though with the miss, you could see the quality looks generated by the offense of Tanduay.
Armenion's got Baloria on him. He knows it's a mismatch. Apinan not on the floor, but it looks like Ablaza's really trying his best to contain Aprecu on the glass.
That's right, Felix Aprecu already with 6 boards. As you take a look here, Andre Armenion missing on that jumper. Actually, maganda na yung posisyon ni Cedric Ablaza, but Felix Aprecu just relentless in his pursuit of that ball.
Malikot tong si Felix Aprecu. Like, that's how he compensates for being an undersized big.
Of course, played sparingly also with the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Magkakampi sila dyan ni Cedric Ablaza playing for Coach Bong de la Cruz.
That's how they know each other pretty well. As time runs out, Aprecu not able to even hit anything. Tanduay's running. De La Virgen with a good recovery.
Yup.
Ball stays with the red shirts.
You talk about good recovery, Stan. He was already outnumbered there, 4-1, but manages to swipe that ball and fouling itong si MJ Del Vergen.
Coach Cholo Villanueva calls for time. It's a 10-point game. Tanduay still up here midway through the second. Filbasket fans, or mga ka-Filbasket as our courtside reporters affectionately call them. They're out in attendance here at the San Jose del Monte City Sports Complex here in Bulacan. The Tanduay Rum Masters have 19 on the shot clock, 4:52 remaining here in the first half.
Danao City down by 10 points. But great recovery there for Felix Aprecu. Ang ganda na sana ng start nila, but the second quarter kept turning the ball over, kaya 10-point lead na ang kanilang hinahabol.
Aprecu, Armenion, and Cabajo got a three-man game for quite a bit there. Now using Adjay as the hub of the passing. From the free throw line goes Aprecu.
He's been trying that shot, not really his strong suit, but knocking down that mid-range jumper.
Whatever works for Felix Aprecu, who's got 8 points and 8 boards. En route to another double-double. Ablaza looking at his options. Forced to pick up his dribble right there, now setting that pick for De La Virgen. Importante for three. Loose ball and a whistle. And that's gonna go against Ablaza.
Ablaza so far, medyo hirap dito. But 7 points, 3 rebounds, solid numbers for him. But maganda yung depensa na pinapakita ni Reeve Ogsang early on. But Levy Hernandez, Jexter Apinan back here for Tanduay.
So now you've got Apinan, Baloria, and Hernandez looking to be the focal points of the offense for Tanduay as we thank Wilson, our official game ball for the Filbasket Summer Championship. Ogsang here in the left corner. Quick passing for Danao City, but they're not able to penetrate into the paint with the ball.
Interesting matchup, Stan. Patrick Cabajo kontra ay Levy Hernandez. Both gunners para sa kanilang kani-kanilang kupunan.
7 on the shot clock for Danao City. Let's see what Armenion does here. Of course, they go to Cabajo. Fires, doesn't get a bounce.
Tough shot.
Ablaza with a big boy board.
Great defense there by Levy Hernandez.
Jong Baloria at the controls here. Looking to get the pick from Apinan. Apinan with the mismatch. He's got Adjay. Isolation for Apinan. Nice move inside.
And great patience by Jexter Apinan. Nung una, sinesurvey pala yung floor, but nakita niya, nag-iisa sila doon ni JC Adjay. Took his time, posting him up, and spun around for that shot.
Apinan had a good 2 or 3 inch advantage there over Adjay as Armenion misses that jumper. Aprecu with his 9th. Cabajo, time running out, 7 seconds. Rebound Hernandez. Fast break, Jong Baloria with another one.
Nakita mo kung gaano sila kabilis. That was off a rebound, Stan. But still, going into that fast break, as you see there, quick early pass, ball never touched the floor. Jong Baloria finishing it off.
That went from De La Virgen to Hernandez to Baloria, and that assist delivery was brought to you by Happily. Happily is available via delivery and takeout. It's a grab. Another timeout. We'll be right back. Tanduay up by 12. Tanduay Rum Masters have held the Danao City MJAS Zenith to only 9 points here in the second quarter. 2 minutes 27 remaining at the half. Let's see what Patrick Cabajo and company can do against this full court pressure defense.
Shooting of Danao City has dropped off. Kanina 54% yan, but now only down to 35%. Having struggles here in the second quarter.
Adjay turns it over. Apinan's running. Takes it up himself. Nice pass down low. di lang nila na-finish yung play na yon.
Nagulat si Joshua Gonzalez then. He thought Jexter Apinan was going all the way, but nonetheless, great stop on the other end.
Normally kasi kaya ni Apinan yun pero nagulat siya na Apinan was in a giving mood. Bril Mecca checking back in for Danao City. 11 on the shot clock as we thank Contigo Scoreboard Multisport Scoring Solutions. 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Ablaza from the mid-range, no. Apreco with another rebound. He's now got double digits.
You could see Tanduay Rum Masters getting back immediately on defense.
Apreco with his 11th rebound. And we're not even at halftime yet.
Wow.
And that's 12. Pero si Apreco na nakawan ni Ablaza. Fast break, Tanduay, 3-on-1. Apinan, yes!
3-on-1 break. But itong kailangan din gawin itong Danao City. Try to outrun itong Tanduay Rum Masters.
Meanwhile, Kabahug pulls up as we thank Medisure Pharmacy, our pride sponsor.
At nakita mo kung sino yung naglaban sa rebound na yun. Jexter Apinan and Felix Apreco. As we see here, that 3-on-1 fast break. Jexter Apinan running hard.
You gotta give Cedric Ablaza credit for that creative dish. He had two options there, Hernandez, Apinan, making himself a third option as well against the helpless Bril Mecca.
Saka maganda dito sa Tanduay, nagkakaamuyan sila dito. Jexter Apinan was out of the picture in that replay. Pero nakita ni Cedric Ablaza, he was trailing hard for that basket. But meanwhile, Andre Armenion, solid as always for Danao City.
That's his first field goal of the game, itong si Armenion. As we close out on the final minute here in the first half. Apinan is at the top of the key. Gonzalez trying to make a cut. Apinan goes up. Ablaza offensive rebound.
Man, that's a tough matchup for Revog Sang and Steven Cotal. Cedric Ablaza and Jexter Apinan.
Look how pesky Tanduay is on defense, getting in there with the with the hands. Armenion left corner. He's got Hernandez on him.
Shot clock winding down.
Armenion. May napasahan. Mecca. No. Apinan another rebound. That's only 4 rebounds for Jexter Apinan kasi binabuakaw ni Apreco yung mga rebounds.
Already 13 points. 13 rebounds rather for the former Coleo de San Juan de Letran.
Right, you're talking about Apreco's actually not on the floor right now as time winds down for Tanduay. Three-pointer, yes!
That's gotta hurt. That's solid defense already for Danao City. But Joshua Gonzalez knocking down that bailout triple, increasing their lead.
And that closes out a 23-11 quarter for the Tanduay Rum Masters. They really clamped down on defense and made the most of their opportunities. As you look at that Joshua Gonzalez three-pointer to cap off the first half. 17-point game right here at the San Jose del Monte City Sports Complex. The Tanduay Rum Masters are up 45-28. This is the Filbasket Summer Championship presented to you by Pure Gold.
Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in cartology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Gigapower. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chica to chica, Para more
Ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day! My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga Power. Simple, smart to code.
We're a half into the second game of our quadruple header on this Friday afternoon. It's the Tanduay Rum Masters up by 17 against Danao City MJAS Zenith.
Actually, Danao City kept in step dito sa Tanduay Rum Masters in the first quarter, really shooting well. And Felix Aprecu, huge rebounding numbers for the white shirts, but the Tanduay Rum Masters exerting their dominance in the second quarter, forcing a lot of turnovers, befuddling itong Danao City with their full court pressure.
And that's where we find ourselves here, 45-28 as we look at the numbers from the half.
As you could see, 50% pa yan nung first quarter talking about itong Danao City. But the field goal shooting really dropped down in the second quarter, and overall, only 33% kontra sa 50% itong Tanduay Rum Masters, and the turnovers were huge. Mostly live turnovers for Danao City, 9 turnovers, 6 steals for the Tanduay Rum Masters, and converting on the points off turnovers 7-3. And Tanduay Rum Masters capitalizing on those miscues nitong Danao City, kaya lamang sila dito ng 17 puntos, 45-28.
Napatay si 7 tayo. As we look now at the leading scorers from either side.
Felix Aprecu, 8 points but 13 big rebounds. Samahan mo dyan, Brian Meca, JC Ajay missing. Para dito sa Danao City is Patrick Cabajo, only 3 points. Samantala, for the Tanduay Rum Masters, the usual suspects, Jong Baloria, Cedric Ablaza, Jexter Apinan, combining for 31 points. Levi Hernandez, slowly but surely, getting his groove, 5 points for Coach Cholo Villanueva.
We're just about ready to tip off, or to get started rather, with the second half of action. Stan C and Ken Pangilinan calling the game for you this afternoon. Megan Cabrera patrolling the sidelines. She's got to be here somewhere as the huddles from both coaches. They're going over their strategy, of course. To si Coach Aldrin Morante and Felix Aprecu.
And also, Stan, big story in the first half was the bench points led by Jong Baloria's 13 points, 27-6 in terms of bench scoring. Lamang dito ang Tanduay Rum Masters. Actually, almost equaling the total output ng whole Danao City.
And that's what happens when you've got a Tanduay Rum Masters roster that is just rich in scoring off the bench. Your Jong Balorias, your Jexter Apinans, your Cedric Ablazas. Of course, Apinan, he started today, but we're also very used, frankly, to seeing him come off the bench and just produce for Coach Cholo Villanueva.
And much like the first quarter, they're going to Levi Hernandez on their first possession.
Meanwhile, here's Brian Meca, one of the leading scorers for Danao City MJAS Zenith right now. They're looking to try to get Patrick Cabajo back into the swing of things, but he's not starting this half for Danao City.
Jordan Rios replacing him in the starting lineup.
Lingganay with the board, Levy's running. Hernandez with a layup, that's 7.
Man, that was too easy. Levi Hernandez. Reggie Basibas had no chance on that play.
Would you say he had no chance in hell? Danao City's got 12 seconds to make a move. Basibas can't convert from 3.
Sayang, great play there on that pick and pop play between Armenion and Reggie Boy Basibas.
Lingganay at the controls for the Tanduay Rum Masters, getting that pick from Apinan. Kala natin titira. Getting Mark Cruz involved. 5 on the shot clock. Apinan against Aprecu, denied!
Felix Aprecu rebounding and also defending well against Jexter Apinan. Probably taking it personally. Lalo ngayon, it's their last game, trying to pad up those rebounding numbers.
Tanduay can't score, still scoreless here. Rather, outside of that Levi Hernandez layup earlier.
Armenion missing at that mid-range, but you gotta love the aggressiveness being shown here by Armenion, especially in the last few games. Although a little bit too late for the former UE guard.
Hernandez with another bucket. He's got 9, and the scoring total is really adding up here for Levi Hernandez.
Nahanap na niya yung groove niya dito in his second game After only scoring 2 points, now with 9 points.
Natamaan siya dun sa sinabi ng ating kasamang si Megan Cabrera kanina.
Oo nga eh.
She was really taking him to task during the pre-game interview.
As you see here, turning the corner kontra dito kay Jordan Rios. But a lot of expectations are in the shoulders dito ni Levy Hernandez. One of the premier scorers here for Coach Cholo Villanueva, the former Arellano chief.
Meanwhile, Reggie Boy Basibas at the line, native of Carigara, Leyte.
Right.
Also played with the likes of GP Faundo, Zach Huang, Justin Aranya for the UST Growling Tigers, now plying his wares here in Filbasket.
And top scored for them in their surprising win kontra sa San Juan Knights, 23 points.
19-point game here for Tanduay and Danao as we thank Antigua Scoreboard Multisport Scoring Solutions for all their help with Filbasket. Linganay di makapasok. Turnover there, Armenion with the steal.
Armenion read that beautifully.
Basibas, hesitation, Linganay has it again.
Maganda dito for Tanduay. Mag-miscue sila on the offensive end. Agad naman bumabawi on defense.
And they're pretty patient. You can see it. They'll try to penetrate, but if there are no options there, sige, let's regroup. May oras pa naman.
Mabilis yung ikot ng bola eh.
Bauzon, first shot of the game. That's good from 3.
Not really known for his outside shooting. More content on using his athleticism inside.
16-point game here. The Tanduay Rum Masters have to find a way to avoid a swing of momentum from the Danao City MJAS Zenith. There's Janelle Bauzon. Take a look at that last three-pointer.
Apinan basically dared him to shoot.
Challenge accepted daw.
Obliging itong si Jonel Bauzon.
Only 22 years old, tong Diliman College alum.
Yup. Nakalaban niya si J-Boy Solis in that UCBL Finals as Mark Cruz nails a rare free-pointer.
His first bucket of the game. Bauzon seeing if the luck can continue, which it does.
Jonel Bauzon, like I mentioned kanina, nakalaban niya to si J-Boy Solis of Olivares College, now playing for All-Star Bacolod in the UCBL Finals. Back-to-back winning titles together with Robbie Darang and John Mahari.
10 on the shot clock for Tanduay as Linganay surveys his options from the field. Olivares thinks he has a good matchup against Basibas. The ball says otherwise. Armenion looked like he almost lost it, but there's Bauzon bailing him out.
I thought he's gonna take that third three. Talking about Jonel Bauzon.
Apreku back in the game now. Over Apinan. Yes!
You know what's interesting, Stan? Ito si Felix Apreco. He's like Tristan Thompson in terms of nung una he was shooting left-handed, but now trying that right-handed mid-range jumper, draining two.
That's called versatility right there. Now let's send it over for Megan Cabrera, who's got some insights from the Danao City huddle.
Stan, emotions ran high in the Danao huddle at the half dahil sa gigil at kagustuhan manalo. Coach Aldrin said that they have too many errors kaya kailangan nila itong iwasan at mag-double time sa paghabol. They're hoping that the intensity in the dugout can translate in the court. Stan and Ken?
Thank you very much, Megan. So far sa quarter scoring, Danao City is only down by 2, which could be a good sign with only 5:16 remaining here in the third.
Actually doing a great job on the defensive end.
Mark Neil Cruz tried to clean it up, but he gets fouled.
Reggie Boy Basibas not doing a good job boxing out. Itong si Mark Cruz. Mark Cruz able to glide down for that putback attempt.
Couple of substitutions right here for both sides. Rivog Sang replacing Reggie Boy Basibas.
Mark Neil Cruz played for Nueva Ecija best friend last year for Coach Toto Dohilio. Made it to the quarterfinals, actually at a twice-to-beat advantage kontra sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
As Mark Cruz lines up for his next free throw, let's acknowledge our prize sponsor, eMedisure Pharmacy. Going back to Mark Neil Cruz, One of the legit big men for the Tanduay Rum Masters at 6'5". Medyo undersized pa rin for PBA standards, however.
Yup, but he's probably the legitimate center lang para dito for Coach Cholo Villanueva. Jexter Apinan.
Look at that pickup. Ralph Olivares. Sorry to cut you off there, Ken. Kala ko he was going to finish that fast break. Olivares has Bauzon on him. Fades away. No. Linganay with the offensive glass. Hernandez still can't get it.
Tanduay all over the place.
Armenion hoping to settle down as he dictates the pace here. Armenion against Cruz. That's going to be a traveling violation against Andre Armenion.
Masyadong pinilit doon ni Andre Armenion. Mark Neil Cruz was all over him on that last possession.
Here comes Jong Baloria, who had a very hot first quarter, 13 points, drilled 3 threes to start things off. And before the inbound, let's thank Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship.
An interesting substitution for Coach Cholo Villanueva. Pinasok dito si Jong Baloria, but Levi Hernandez still on the floor. So they've got two gunners here who could score at will para dito sa Tanduay.
Tapos may Rudy Linganay pa sila to help set things up. Baloria goes up off the glass.
Man, Jong Baloria not only doing it from outside, driving hard to the lane, attacking that closeout.
Jong Baloria has actually cooled off. He's only averaging 7 over the last 2 games. But before that, he averaged over 22 points over 3 games. So ito si Jong Baloria, medyo up and down.
Actually, big adjustment for him since yun nga, first 9 games, he was starting at the shooting guard spot. Pagbalik dito ni Levi Hernandez, as we see there, that layup.
That move of the game was presented to you by Pure Gold. Yeah, Jong Baloria, yung rhythm niya medyo na-affect ng pagdating nito si Levi Hernandez.
That's right, immediately inserted into the starting lineup, talking about Levi Hernandez. But Jong Baloria, great bounce back game here. 13 points. Actually, 15 points.
That ball goes out of bounds off the Rudy Linganay miss. And lest anyone forget, Jong Baloria just earlier this year was with the Blackwater Bossing in the PBA.
Yup, certainly a huge talent for Coach Cholo. Jong Baloria played with Jet Vidal in the NCAA sa Perpetual Health under the late Coach Arik Del Rosario.
Bauzon with another 3, umiinit.
Wow. What a time for Janelle Bauzon to find his stroke. 3 3-pointers here in the third quarter.
3:10 remaining here in the third quarter. 14 points na lang ang lead ng Tanduay Rum Masters. Baloria hoping to change that.
Mismatch here kontra dito kay Ugsang.
Baloria tried to get nifty right there. Was looking for Levi Hernandez.
Baloria unable to turn the corner. Solid defense. Ugsang moving his feet, but Janelle Bauzon, the defense didn't matter on that shot.
0.7 of a second for Tanduay. Levi Hernandez tried to chase it off towards center court. No good. That's going to be a rare turnover for the Tanduay Rum Masters.
Danao City, manageable lead here, only 14 points down.
Patrick Cabahug now back in for Danao City. He's taken a while to get going.
Great defense by Rudy Linganay. And the ball off the foot nitong si Andre Armenion.
You can see in the body language yung frustration. Meanwhile, si Rudy Linganay naengganyo because yung efforts niya nare-reward on defense.
And both these guys from the University of the East. Linganay taking Andre Armenion to school on that one.
Siyempre si Linganay, veteran niya ni Armenion, di ba?
That's right.
Ablaza missing that 3 right there. Armenion is running.
Pero alam ko hindi na sila nag-abot eh.
That's right. Upperclassman talaga. Another miss. And the Danao City MJAS Zenith players are getting a bit physical down low.
That's not gonna help. Those useless fouls. Although hindi pa penalty itong Danao City, but just a 14-point lead. They're doing a better job of defending. Talking about itong Danao City. Only 10 points so far for Tanduay in this quarter.
As we approach the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter, let's thank Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. Hernandez from distance.
This guy's a walking bucket. Levy Hernandez already with 12.7 here in the third.
Only the second Tanduay Rum Master in double figures, Valoria being the other one. Kasi nga itong Tanduay, they're known for their balanced scoring. In a way, parang mirror image sila ng Nueva Ecija Capitals.
Kaya nga that's gonna be a fun matchup kung magtagpo sila ulit in the playoffs, presumably in the finals. Usually doon na sila mag-aarap stand because they're both assured of the top 2 spots here as Levy Hernandez knocking down that 30-footer.
What a sweet stroke, and that instant replay of the game was brought to you by Smart. Simple, smart ako. 12 on the shot clock for Danao City. Patrick Cabahog still not really involved in the offense.
Yup, only 3 points so far.
Bauzon again. Yes! I'm sorry, that's Reeve Ugsang, not Bauzon.
But nonetheless, very impressive. Reeve Ugsang. It's actually the bigs that's hitting the 3 so far for Danao City.
Probably not what Coach Aldrin Morante expected heading into this game.
But he'll take it.
Villanueva off that Ablaza pick from the mid-range. Good.
Wow. John Ray Villanueva turning the corner, stopping on the dime for that mid-range J.
Meanwhile, Armenion challenges Ablaza, who sends it out of here.
Cedric Ablaza timing it all the way, tracking it down. Andre Armenion unable to turn the corner on that possession.
Pinabalik yung shot na yun sa sapang palay. 16 on the shot clock for the white shirts. Cabahug trying to set himself free. He's got Valoria on him. Apreku now going up. Also blocked. Ablaza back-to-back blocks. Fast break opportunity. Cabahug just strips it off him. Armenion to Bauzon. Ay, in and out to si Bauzon. 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Valoria finds the left corner, back to Valoria. And that's a 3-pointer for Villanueva.
In rhythm. You could see the fluidity of the offense. Ito Tanduay Rum Masters.
3 seconds remaining in the quarter. Bauzon got to shoot. Apreku wasn't conscious that time was running out. And it's a 19-point game as we end the third quarter. Let's take a look at some of the highlights right here. The sweet shooting Jonel Bauzon.
Jonel Bauzon usually attacking at the rim. Already 9 points on 3 3-pointers in the third. But Levy Hernandez also joining the fray. 7 of his 12 points here in the third.
What a stare down from Levy Hernandez. Tanduay up 63-44 as we go to the fourth. Fourth quarter of action about to begin right here. At the start of the game, Ken, we were talking about the possibility that the Tanduay Rum Masters winning streak would come to an end. But at this point, it looks like the only streak that might end is Dexter Apinan's streak of double-digit rebounds and double-doubles.
That's right. Tanduay Rum Masters exerting their will here kontra sa Danao City. Kahit non-bearing na sa kanila to, they're really giving it 100% on both ends.
That's right. The Tanduay Rum Masters undefeated at 10-0. They've basically clinched the #1 seed.
At the quarter scoring here. First quarter, nakatikit pa itong Danao City because they were shooting well from the field. But come the second and the third quarter, bumaba na yan. And aside from that, the turnovers really killing them. Itong Tanduay Rum Masters already with 8 steals.
8 on the shot clock for Ablaza. He's got Ugsang on him, hits the deck. And going back to Ablaza's streak, which I mentioned, he's got a 4-game streak of double-doubles and double-digit rebounds. So the last time na hindi siya nag-eclipse ng 10-rebound mark was on April 6 against the Kuala Lumpur Asil when he played less than 15 minutes.
Man, Cedric Ablaza has been on a tear. We mentioned first 5 games, player of the game citations while coming off the bench in all of the games. Actually, tinitignan mo dyan, Stan. If you see yung 9-point output niya dyan, well, Jexter Apinan, really solid so far para dito sa Tanduay.
About a minute into our fourth quarter, and we'd like to thank Happily, which is available via delivery and takeout on Grab. Armenion from distance.
Yan ang kailangan niyang gawin, Andre Armenion. He has to really look for his offense, not being content on playmaking.
Tanduay hasn't scored yet here in the fourth, and they have to draw blood.
Tough matchup for Reeve.
Ablaza from the top of the key, yes!
That's a tough matchup for Ugsang. Cedric Ablaza
already in double digits.
using his do-it-all kit there.
Armenion though, nice pass to Ugsang, but that goes out of bounds kasi hindi niya na-corral.
Man, Cedric Ablaza's transformation here for Tanduay has been nothing short of spectacular. You see here the change of pace. Nakita niya, he was playing the drive, decides to pull up for that 22-footer.
And you have to credit Ablaza's courage there because he's undersized compared to Ugsang in that matchup.
That's right, using his smarts and skill on that possession.
King Importante back in for Tanduay. Ablaza against the defense. He had Apreku and Ugsang and Bauzon, and he still delivered.
Cedric Ablaza having Reeve Ugsang for lunch.
Meanwhile, Armenion in the paint, going back out, walang mapasahan. Shot clock down to 10. Armenion passes to Kabahug. That's his first shot in a long time.
And that was a wide open look.
Patrick Kabahug is ice cold in this game. Not what we expected from the Cebuano sniper.
Patrick Kabahug, only 3 points, 1 out of 8 shooting in 22 minutes.
Meanwhile, Ablaza once again tried to look for Importante, deflected by Danao City.
Got bothered by a triple team there at the baseline.
Kabahug now being used as a decoy. They went back to Bauzon.
Kanina pa niya hinihingi yung bola eh. And Junel Bauzon, that's already his 4th triple.
15-point deficit here for Danao City. They have to just keep making defensive stops, keep drilling their shots, and Patrick Kabahug has to break out of this funk.
Where would they be without those 12 points by Junel Bauzon?
Ang daling sabihin, 12 points lang yun, but they came off of 4 3-pointers. Let's look at that. Let's take a look at how that happened. Patrick Kabahug with the extra pass.
Yup, great ball movement there. Ball moving from side to side. And Junel Bauzon knocking down that triple from the right corner.
That's right, that ball did its best Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande impression. John Ray Villanueva at the line now for the Tanduay Rum Masters.
Yup, from Harcourt College.
Ito si Junel Bauzon, we were talking about him, right? 4 out of 5 from long range.
Not really counted on from scoring from beyond the arc. Usually does it from putbacks, from athletic moves.
But he's showing us something different here. He's pulling off his best Kazuchika Okada impression, the Rainmaker. Making it rain.
Patagal pa to, he could add on to that.
If he wanted to, diba? He very well can, as Armenion tries to dial from long range.
When Andre Armenion is aggressive, good things usually happen for Danao City.
That's 9 points and 7 dimes for their point guard, Andre Armenion. Another three-pointer from John Ray. No, Apreco with the board.
Good stop.
6:10 remaining here in the fourth. We've got one more update from Megan Cabrera.
Stan, going into this quarter, there is something special about the energy on Danao's bench kung saan ang players mismo ang nagtataas ng energy nila. The ones on the bench cheer the 5 on the floor saying, kaya yan, 1 quarter pa. Of course, Coach Aldrin had the final say at ang sabi niya lang, ibaba natin yan. Stan and Ken?
Thank you very much, Megan. And that really is what the most that some teams can do, especially given Philippine basketball. Now, we don't really have the concept of home court advantage.
Gotta love the fighting spirit nitong Danao City. Already out of the playoff picture, but still want to win this match. And bakit ka naman in this, Stan, they have the chance na sila yung kaisa-isang team na makatalo sa Tanduay dito sa elimination round.
We're looking at Jexter Apinan on the bench. Still hasn't really seen any action here in the fourth quarter. Just like how Brock Lesnar is the 1 in 21 and 1 back in the day. No team can be the 1 in 10 and 1 against the Tanduay Rum Masters, at least up to this point.
You're talking about the Undertaker record in WrestleMania.
That's right. Reggie Boy Basibas now taking it strong against Ablaza.
Great take.
Apreco with another putback.
I think that's already his 18th rebound. Talking about Felix Apreco. Kasama pa dyan 12 points, double-double.
14 actually for Apreco, and he's
14,
well within range of Jexter Apinan's record of
Right.
22 rebounds in a game here in Filbasket. Jong Baloria from long range, yes!
Patrick Cabahug went under the screen, and Jong Baloria with that quick trigger.
Jong Baloria with that DGAF energy.
18 points.
Meanwhile, here's Armenion. Kala ko papasa kay Cabahug. Bauzon! No, Apreco gobbling up another rebound. Here's Cabahug, takes the 3, makes it!
Kanina hindi siya napasahan ni Andre Armenion. He thought he was wide open in the right corner. But Felix Apreco giving him another chance and knocking it down.
This could be the swing that Danao City, particularly itong si Patrick Cabahug, that he needs. Long 3 from De La Virgen. And that's another Danao City rebound that goes to Basibas.
Still a lot of time left for Danao City.
4:20 remaining. Cabahug, no good. Rebound, Tanduay. And as the whistle's blown there, we are acknowledging Cantigo Scoreboards, Multisport Scoring Solutions for all of their help here in the Filbasket Summer Championship. Coach Aldrin Morante wants to take advantage of this quick run that his team has gone on. He takes time. 13-point game. Magbabalik po ang Filbasket. Just when you thought the Tanduay Rum Masters had wrapped it up, the fourth quarters belong to the Danao City MJAS Zenith. They've outscored Tanduay 16-10 here in the fourth with 4 minutes and 15 remaining in the quarter.
This is the closest they've been so far. Danao City cutting the lead to 13 points. Still a lot of time left, especially with Patrick Cabahug at the helm.
Basibas against Ablaza, fades. No, Ablaza, that's his 9th rebound.
Nonetheless, great move there by Reggie Boy Basibas.
15 remaining here, De La Virgen. Finding Baloria. No good. Short. Apreku with another rebound. That's 20.
Losing in on the record.
Cabahu's got Baloria. Apreku now. Nice pass to Armenion for 3. Yes!
Usually, before, Andre Armelion will take down that shot and look for his teammates, but on that trip, obliging with that three-pointer.
10 points na lang. That's the deficit for the Danao City MJAS Zenith. De La Virgen gets that Ablaza pick. King Importante for 3. No. Rebound Armenion.
They're gonna give him that shot all day.
Nice pass from Armenion to Basibas. It's an 8-point game, Ken.
Great patience there by Andre Armenion. Sinetap niya muna dito yung defenders itong Tanduay, and finding ito si Reggie Boy Basibas.
That's the 8th assist for Andre Armenion here. And now Tanduay's only up by 8. Gonzalez, he's been hot here in the second half. Ablaza against Apreku. What a matchup. Apreku with number 21.
We're keeping count, Stan.
Here's Ablaza with the steal. Fast break opportunity. Importante. And that's a traveling violation.
And great job by Junel Bauzon getting back on defense. Felix Apreku was outnumbered in that transition play. At dun nagulat ito si King Importante. Nung nakita niya nandun si Junel Bauzon, he was about to drop off that pass.
As we approach the 2-minute mark, I'd like to correct myself. Felix Apreku already has 22 rebounds. He's already matched the record that Jexter Apinan set a few games ago.
Man, 22 rebounds.
And that last 2 minutes call was brought to you by Smart. Simple, Smart ako. Costly turnover there for the Danao City. They could not afford that.
Actually, unforced turnover na yun, Stan. Reggie Boy Basibas trying for that behind-the-back pass to Patrick Cabahug.
And Rudy Lingana is sent back in. They need some stability here at the point guard position. So De La Virgen takes a seat. What a steal by Reggie Boy Basibas all alone. And he dunks it! Reggie Basibas is the highest in the room.
Loving it. That snafu on that offensive end, binawi niya agad, stealing the ball from Jexter Apinan for that slam dunk.
8 points for Basibas here. 8 on the shot clock for Tanduay. Hernandez posting his defender up. He's got Bauzon, fades. Yes!
Man, that's too easy. Levi Hernandez, actually mas athletic and mas malaki ito si Bauzon, but taking his time. That slight bump resulting into that shot. But look at this. Reggie Boy Basibas up high, down hard.
Doing his best Travis Scott impression. He's the highest in the room. And that move of the game was brought to you by Pure Gold. Reggie Boy Basibas, flex that stuff, young man. Timeout between both teams. It is an 8-point game. We'll be right back. The Danao City MJAS Zenith have held the Tanduay Rum Masters to only 12 points here in the fourth quarter. It's the Danao City ball, 14 on the shot clock, a minute 19 remaining in regulation. The Danao City MJAS Zenith basically eliminated from playoff contention, but can still break the undefeated streak of the Tanduay Rum Masters. Bauzon almost lost it, goes up, couldn't lay it in. Offensive rebound for Danao City. Armenion getting double teamed. Patrick Cabahug open for 3. No, Apreku, he's broken the record. He's broken the rebound record and he's going to the line for a couple.
Man, Felix Apreku What a way to end his stint here in the Filbasket Summer Championship. Off that Patrick Cabahog miss, skying high over 2 defenders.
Felix Aprecu missing that free throw. And with the 23rd rebound, Felix Aprecu has set a new record for rebounds in a single game. Sabi niya, take that, Dexter.
Man, 14 points, 23 rebounds. But
Whips on both free throws. Linganay controls it. Apinan has actually checked in. So he basically bore witness to his own record being smashed.
But not bad for Dexter Apinan with 6 rebounds.
Here's Ablaza going up. That's going to be another foul. And Ablaza hit the deck there.
Ablaza, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Attacking that closeout. Neto ni Felix Aprecu and Reggie Boy Basibas, no choice but to foul.
40.4 seconds remaining here in regulation. Danao City still within striking distance, but if Ablaza makes these free throws, it'll be a much more a tougher battle for them.
Right, Tanduay led by as much as 21 points. Coach Cholo Villanueva really proud of his boys for the whole tournament.
And as Ablaza takes his next free throw, we thank Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. Coach Alvin Morante wants to make the most out of these next 40.4 seconds. Taking time, 77-67, Tanduay Rum Masters still up. Welcome back to our coverage of the Filbasket Summer Championship. Second to the last day of the elimination phase. Stancy and Ken Pangilinan on the call. Megan Cabrera along the sidelines. Danao City has 14 seconds on the shot clock. Cabahug calling for it. Na-ignore ni Armenion. Finds Bauzon for 3. Yes!
Coming out party for Janelle Pauzon. 15 points, 5 threes. Humihingi pa siya ng foul doon.
Janelle Bauzon, where did this come from, sir? 9-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Tanduay really just has to hold Danao City off here. What a turnover! But no, Ochea prevents it from being a turnover. Hernandez holds on to it. Takes that last shot. Finds Basibas. 5 seconds. Game all but over as Olivares steals it. And that's it. The Tanduay Rum Masters sweep the entire elimination phase, 11-0. But we have to give credit to the Danao City MJAS Zenith. Felix Aprecu, 14 points, record-setting 23 rebound performance.
Great effort for Danao City. They were down for most of this game, being down by as much as 21 points, but made a great comeback here in the fourth quarter, cutting the lead to single digits. But the Tanduay Rum Masters, as they have done all season long, making the right key plays down the stretch to bring this win home and go up 11-0 in the win-loss column.
So the Tanduay Rum Masters have clinched the first seed. They're heading into the quarterfinals with an unblemished 11-0 record. Meanwhile, the Danao City MJAS Zenith have to lick their wounds tonight, but tomorrow they're coming back for their final game in the elimination round.
That's right. And Too many gunners here for Tanduay Rum Masters. Jong Valoria off the bench with 18 points. Levi Hernandez in his second game since his stint with the PBA 3XT. 14 points, bouncing back from a 2-point effort in his debut game. At ito, Jexter Apinan, solid as always. Samahan mo pa dyan, Rudy Linganay. Solid all-around numbers.
Ganyan talaga eh, pag na-call out ka ni Megan Cabrera right before the game starts. He must have felt the pressure to si Levi Hernandez, and he delivered for the Tanduay Rum Masters. Really, really happy for, congratulations rather, to Coach Cholo Villanueva and the Tanduay Rum Masters for this undefeated record. And now let's send it over to Megan Cabrera. She stands with our Pure Gold best player of the game, Cedric Ablaza.
Maraming salamat, Stan and Ken. Kasama natin ngayon. Cedric Ablaza, he is not new to Pure Gold best player of the game. Ced, ano masasabi mo sa performance ng team mo ngayon, especially it's your last game of the elimination round?
So yun nga, syempre happy kami ngayon dahil na-sweep namin yung elimination. Ito naman yung gusto namin hanggang championship.
Ayan, so nabinggit mo na nga na na-sweep ninyo ito. So ano ang magiging plans nyo moving forward? Syempre, no, we want to sustain this momentum.
Tulad na sabi ni Coach, syempre kailangan namin makuha itong panalo itong last game para tuloy-tuloy kami hanggang quarter, semis, hanggang finals.
Okay, bati tayo, Ced.
Siyempre, una binabati ko yung family ko. Thank you muna kay Lord. Tapos yung asawa ko nasa New York, si Nacy. Anak ko si Kaden, si Mama, si Mame. Lahat dyan sila Jane. Yung family ko dyan sa bahay sa Bembo. Ablasa family, Ramos family, Choco Bam Bam, JBBI, Malabon Team, Boss Charlon, Amateur. Yun lang.
Maraming salamat, Ced. Congratulations on that spectacular sweep of this elimination round. We look forward to more from you and your team. Back to you, Stan and Ken.
Thank you very much, Megan Cabrera. Cedric Ablaza really stuffing the stat sheet right there, adding 4 assists and 3 steals to that impressive total. The Tanduay Rum Masters sweeping the elimination phase 77-70. Stick around. Anthony Perez and Javi Palani will be calling the action. It's Muntinlupa Angeles Resort EOG Cooley taking on the All-Star Bacolod Ballers Bingo Plus. On behalf of Ken Pangilinan and Megan Cabrera, my name is Tansi, and this has been the Filbasket Summer Championship presented to you by Pure Gold.